Good morning, dear students. Hope you all are fine and safe. Today, I am going to explain this chapter once more, that chapter 4, being a good citizen, in brief, because already I explained this chapter topic wise. Okay, and one more thing, students, please just try. Okay, you just try to read this chapter with correct pronunciation. Before we get into this chapter, let me tell you who a citizen is. A citizen is a legal precedent. And now let us study who is called a good citizen. Yes, this is the question. When a person performs his duty towards the country and thinks about its well-being, he is called a good citizen. A good citizen always cares for private as well as public property. Okay? Then now what is the private property? What is the private property? Let us study in details. Students, private property is that whatever belongs to you and you have full right over it, just like your pencil, your things, your dress, whatever materials that belongs to you, that is your private property. Yes, and one more thing, that nobody else can use them without your permission. You take care of these things and maintain them properly. And similarly, some things just like your home, your house, television, you know, uh, any other appliances also, you can say, these are owned by your parents. So you too have rights to use these all things. And it is the duty of the family members to take care of the things as owned by the family. Okay, pictures are already given here of a private property that belongs to you. Then after, what is public property? Given it very clearly, you can see the picture that given here. Again, I'm going to repeating it, about public property. That is things like road, park, railway station, monument, etc. are not your personal property. That is not our personal property. Okay, just as these are called public property because they belong to the state or central government. Public property belongs to public, and public refers to all the citizens of the country. You and me both are citizens of this country. So public property is therefore is only to enjoy the benefits. Therefore you should take full care of this. I'm going to give you one example. Okay, just as you call your school my school, it is right because it belongs to all the students and you should take care of your school. The maintenance, protection and preservation of the public property is the duty of every citizen. Okay, here in your book also these things given, that the case, let us just take a case of school. Every time you call my school, yes, this is right, it is because of all the students studies here, so you can say that yes, this is my school. Next we go to the next topic, that is duties, responsibilities of a good citizen. Okay, some responsibilities and duties are given over here. First number is participation in elections. Students, voting in elections is one of the primary responsibilities of a good citizen. In India, people above, 18 years of age, they can exercise their right to vote so as to choose their own leaders. And they choose the members of legislative. Okay, they can choose the members of parliament, MPs, as well as the members of legislative assembly, that MLAs, by giving their own votes on an electronic voting machine. You can see the picture of EVM machine is given very clearly. You can see here. Okay, then after, people should think that their vote is of no use, but the vote has a great value. And if a person doesn't vote, you know what happened? He is not a responsible of a good citizen, and he can't choose the leaders of his own choice. It is because of he has not given his vote. Yeah, then after second topic, next topic is showing care for public property as well as historical monuments. Yes, students, a responsible citizen shows care for the public property like post office, railway stations, etc. And he should always obey the rules and regulations of these places and does not damage anything there. Okay, and he should stand in the queue and wait for his turn. Okay, very clearly given in this picture. See, good citizens boarding a train and they are in the queue. Yes, he doesn't, and he should not damage the fans, lights, etc. while traveling on a train. One more thing, he doesn't harm the street lights, and he should not tear papers from the books at a public library. Then after, very very important, students, one must be behaved in a disciplined way at the historical monuments. As children, you should not try to scribble on the walls of the historical monuments or the pillar of any monuments. When you visit such places, do not dirty the compound by throwing garbages, by throwing empty food packets here and there. You have to contribute towards maintaining the cleanliness of the place. Believe that it belongs to you too. Okay? Then after, the next topic is, next I am going to explain about our school. As we know that school is the temple of learning. Okay? Because it imparts education, which is the foundation of a person's meaningful life. We should be responsible by being disciplined at school. We should obey the rules, respect the teachers, and be friendly and remain sincerely devoted towards our studies. That we really understand, we should put into a habit. Okay? That we should never throw rubbish or bits of paper on the floor of the classroom. We should use dustbins, and already I told that we should not scribble our name, and we should not show our artistic abilities on the school furniture, just like desk, bench, and one more thing, chairs, etc. Do not harm the books in the school library and or damage the computer systems in the computer lab. We should not pluck the flowers in the garden and dirty the washrooms and the school premises. One more important thing I want to tell you, that whenever you are using the toilet, okay, after using the toilet or before using the toilet, please just ensure that you have to pour water. Okay, you have to pour water. Next, and you have to encourage the children as your friend not to quarrel. झगड़ा नहीं करना है. And when you have a sense of respect and belonging towards your school, children, then only you can grow up to become a responsible citizen. Yes. Then after, the next topic is hospital. What a hospital is actually. A hospital is a place where the sick and injured people are treated. And it is the place where we were born. And the rules and norms of hospitals are, whenever we visit to a hospital, we should be quiet, polite, patient and thoughtful. And be kind and considerate towards the patients. Okay? As you can see the picture, whatever given in your book, you just see that we should talk always politely, and in a you can see that in a caption this was given that children, very clearly you can see here that what was written, kindly remove your shoes outside. Okay, yes. Then after, next topic is public transport. Yes, most of us travel, you know, in most of us. One question is there then, how do many of us travel? How do many of us travel, children? Yes, most of us travel in some or the other means of public transport. Like early in the morning, children first, just as some parents came to the school and leave their children by their own, and but some of us either go by auto, by van, or some other means of transport, by bus. Here are some do's and don'ts was given. What we have to do. Yes, we should be kind and considerate towards the co-passengers. We can offer our seat to them in buses or exchange berths with them in the train if necessary. We should never tear the seat or disturb the driver while traveling in a bus. And sometimes in case of riots, agitation, violent protest, etc., people show their anger by burning the buses, and people who do this are not a good citizens. They are not considered as a good citizens because such an act harms the property of our nation. Then after park, next we go to the park. Many of us have seen park, isn't it? Yes. And some things are here also, but what we are supposed to do and what we not, these all things we have to understand, that parks are the public places, and it is also known as the lawns of a city. The atmosphere of a park is very peaceful. We have to appreciate the beauty of the flowers, okay, but do not block them. And you know what? This point is very important. Please follow. We should not throw empty food packets or cold drink cans, bottles here and there. We should not ride on the barks of the trees. And because responsible citizens always reveal good civic sense at a place like park. We should not walk on grass or play in the lawns. And at last, the last topic that is places of worship. What rules we have to follow in the places of worship? Students, almost all the people go to some or the other place for worship. When you go to a place of worship, we should never be a hurry. We should wait for our turn in proper queue. And if the authorities, do not allow, we should keep away from touching the deities. We should maintain proper discipline at the places of worship. And a good citizen loves his culture and religious heritage and behaves in a proper way at the places of worship. Always we should be calm and quiet, and we should not make noise over there. Okay. Yes. Now children, I have come to the end of this chapter. Every point is given, that is very clearly. If you wish, you can just go through the lesson and start preparing. Please study and must remember the points, important points, what is given. Be safe and stay at home. Thank you very much.